Yes, today we are going to see incomplete records part 1. That is, we are going to see a statement of affairs. And this topic, we are going to see how to calculate capital at the start, how to calculate capital at end, and how to calculate profit or loss for the year. Now, we have to prepare a statement of affairs. A statement of affairs is similar to a statement of financial position. In a statement of financial position, we record assets and liabilities according to specific headings. For example, equipment, building, motor van will be recorded under non-current assets. Inventory, trade receivable, cash at bank will be recorded under current assets. But so far concerning the statement of affairs, still we have to record assets and liabilities, but there are no specific headings in a statement of affairs. So what we have to do, we have to record all assets on the debit side of the statement of affairs and all liabilities on the credit side of the statement of affairs. So the difference between assets and liabilities will give us capital. So in order to calculate capital at the start, we need to prepare a statement of affairs at the start. So in this case, no adjustments should be taken into account. We need to take all assets and liabilities which are at the start of the period. Then we record all assets on the debit side and all liabilities on the credit side. The difference will give us capital at the start. So very easy to calculate capital at the start. So we need to distinguish between assets and liabilities which are at the start of the period. And we have to prepare statement of affairs at end. That is to calculate capital at end. So in this case, we need to take into account all adjustments. That is, all items which are found outside the trial balance will have to be taken into account. For example, depreciation of non-current assets, provision for doubtful debts. So all these will have to be taken into account when preparing a statement of affairs at end. So the same procedure will apply, that is all assets and liabilities which are at end of the period will be recorded in the statement of affairs. Assets will be recorded on the debit side, so not forget we have to take into account the adjustment. For example, if we have to depreciate motor van by 20%, so we have to calculate the depreciation. If we have to make a provision for doubtful debts or what we call irrecoverable debts, so in this case we need to calculate the provision and then we less it from trade receivable and we record in the statement of affairs at end. So the difference in the statement of affairs at end will give us capital at end. And then finally, we have to prepare a statement of profit or loss in order to calculate profit or loss for the year. Normally, when we calculate profit or loss for the year, we have to prepare an income statement. But in this case, so for concerning incomplete records, there are so many missing information, so there are no information available for expenses and income, so we cannot prepare income statement to calculate profit or loss for the year. So in this case, we need to prepare a statement of profit or loss. So what we will have in the statement of profit or loss, we will have capital at end, less capital at the start. The difference will give us increase or decrease in capital, less additional capital, add drawings, then we get profit or loss for the year. So what is drawings? Drawings is amount of goods or money taken out from the business for personal use, for family use, for self-use, for private use, for non-business expenditure. All these terms will apply to drawings. Anything that we take out from the business, we call it drawings. And anything that we inject into the business during the year, we call it additional capital, amount of money or goods injected into the business by the trader. This is called additional capital. Additional capital is the opposite of drawings. So what we have to bear in mind that these four items will have to be recorded in a statement of profit or loss. Capital at end, less capital at the start, we get increase or decrease in capital, less additional capital, add drawings, then we get profit or loss for the year. So these are the three accounts that we'll have to prepare. A statement of affairs at the start. So in this case, no adjustment will have to be taken into account. We take all assets and liabilities which are at the start of the period. Then the difference will give us capital at the start. And then we have to prepare a statement of affairs at end. So in this case, we need to take into account all adjustment. And then the difference will give us capital at end. And finally, we have to prepare a statement of profit or loss, which will consist of the following information: capital at end, capital at start, additional capital, drawings, and so on. So here we are also for concerning statement of affairs part 1, that is to calculate profit or loss for the year. In the second lesson, we will come to see these that have to prepare statement of affairs at the start, at end, a statement of profit by concrete example. Until then, goodbye. Thank you very much for your attention.